Okay, so looking at this question on quadratic inequalities. Again, this one's without a calculator. It says find the set of possible values of x for which we have 4x squared minus 25 is less than 0 and 12 minus 5x minus 3x squared is greater than 0. You must show you're working. Now normally when we have these more complex quadratic inequalities and we're asked to find a set of values like this, normally those inequality symbols will be pointing the same way. So we'll discuss that as we go through as to why and how we're going to potentially force them into facing the same way. But when we have questions like this, we have to factorise and find those solutions for both quadratics. Now this quadratic on the left, 4x squared minus 25, is a difference of two squares. So we have to be pretty good at factorising for these. This is a nicer one. So we have 2x and 2x at the start of our bracket. And when we have this difference of two squares, it's essentially just square rooting those numbers, one with a plus, one with a minus. So the square root of 25 is 5. Now how to recognise those, if you don't always recognise them, is just to see if there is any piece in the middle. So you can see on this right one here, we have this 5x in the middle. And over here, we don't. We just have that minus symbol. So that's what triggers through that it is a difference of two squares. Now we get two solutions for these, but I'm going to first write the actual solutions. So this one here, we have x equals 5 over 2. And this one we have x equals negative 5 over 2. Now, best thing to do is to sort of draw a graph when you're thinking of these. So when we draw this graph, which is a positive quadratic, meaning it makes this nice U shape, we have 5 over 2 on the right and negative 5 over 2 on the left. And we are looking at the part below 0, so we are looking at the part of the curve under the x-axis, which is one line between 2 points. So when we write our solution for this, we write that x is between 5 over 2 and negative 5 over 2. And that's our first sort of solution there, written as an inequality. Now we need to do the same for the one on the right, but this is a negative quadratic. Now when we deal with a negative quadratic, we can times everything, or divide everything, by negative 1. Now when we do that, all of the symbols change. So when I times by negative 1, 12 becomes negative 12, negative 5x becomes plus 5x, and negative 3x squared becomes plus 3x squared. And something happens to the inequality symbol when we do that. Now what happens is it flips over. The reason for that is if we look at two basic numbers, I think that's the easiest way to think about it. So let's go for some nice easy numbers, like 2 is less than 5. If we times both of those by negative 1, you get negative 2 is less than negative 5. And that statement is no longer true. Negative 2 is bigger than negative 5. So when we do that, the symbol has to flip. And we just apply this to more complex versions of it. So this is a lot more, obviously a lot more complex version, but the symbol flips and it's now less than 0, which matches our other inequality. So I want to reorder this so it's written as a usual quadratic, so 3x squared plus 5x minus 12 is less than 0. And then whatever method you use for factorisation, I use an inspection method, so I just write 3x and x, and I want to figure out what numbers times to make 12, so it could be 1 and 12, 2 and 6, or 3 and 4, and they add together to make 5. So it's a bit of a process of elimination here. We just sort of work our way through. So if 1 is multiplied by 3, we could only make 15 there, or 9, so it's not the top one. If we multiply 2 by 3, we get 6 and 6, or 6 by 3 is 18 and 2. Again, we can't make 5. So on to the last one. 3 times 3 is 9. Take away 4 would give us 5. So there's our option. We want the 3 over here, which would turn into 9, and the 4 over here. So we want positive 9, so positive 3, take away 4, and that would give us plus 5 in the middle. That gives us two solutions. X is equal to 4/3, and x is equal to negative 3. And again, if we were to draw a graph, we would have, and again this isn't to scale, but negative 3 and 4/3. And again, we are looking underneath the curve, so our inequality here is between those 2 points. So minus 3 and 4/3. So we have both of our inequalities. Now when we have two of them like this, we can imagine if these graphs were drawn over the top of one another. We would have one quadratic and we would have another quadratic. And they'll kind of look a little bit like this. One of them, that bigger number there, which is 5/2, and just here, 4/3. And then our other two, we've got -3 on the outside and -5/2, which is -2.5 on the inside. Now the easiest way to remember this to get our answers is when we are looking above 0, we take these outer points. So x would be less than -3, and separately x would be bigger than 5/2. When we are looking underneath the curve, we're going to write the same inequality that we've kind of already done here, but we look at the parts of the curve between these two inner points. So the two inner points there, on the left, we've got -5/2. On the right, we have 4/3. So we just say that x can only be between these inner numbers. So without going into more detail there's a nice easy way to remember it for these much more complex questions. When you are looking below the x-axis, we are looking between those two inner points. And when we are looking above 0, above the x-axis, we have those two outer points. Now when looking above 0, you do write your answers separately. So as I said, if we were going to do that and it had have said above 0, we would have 1 for this outer point, x had to be less than -3, and 1 for this outer point here, where x would have to be greater than 5/2. But that would only be if both of these were greater than 0. Our inequalities are both less than 0, so we take those inner points and write this joint inequality, and there is my final answer. X is between -5/2 and 4/3, and there is quite a tricky quadratic inequality question, again, without a calculator. If you want all 9 questions like this in one place, then grab my REVISE9 revision grids completely free. Click the link in the description, create your free account and unlock them inside Upgrade or TGMT4T. Simply head to the REVISE9 tab, select Higher or Crossover and download them instantly.